Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Anthony Blade Jr. with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. What's good? Hope everybody's doing great. Enjoying this Saturday night. We're going to label this Flawless Fantasy Football Saturday Night News and Notes. We're just going to bust down some news and notes real quick. We ain't going to get too crazy with it. In hopes to prepare everybody for tomorrow's games. I'm looking pretty good in a couple of them. Hopefully I can come out no worse than 2-1 because I have 3 teams. Remember? Oh, y'all see my dog back there? Yeah, I had to go ahead and get me a little artwork for my boy Brady. As most of y'all know, y'all have three teams. Brady's on 2 of them, hit 2 of them, and Josh Allen on the other one. So I really thought it was an easy call for me to say that Brady was gonna throw for nearly 45 TDs this year. Actually, I said 50 in one of my videos. And I believe that. You know, he actually had a game where he threw 0, but I believe he's still on pace for like 45 or 46. But nevertheless, Brady's my dog. Never going to give you hardly a good dud. Well, I can't say hardly can't give you a dud game because he gave me one in the rain. Gave me a stupid 14.5. But, hey, that's to be expected. Plus playing against stupid Belichick. Nevertheless, enough about me. I was at Thursday night game. I loved it. The only thing I didn't love is I have an issue because I have that guy right there and I have Jalen Hurts. I can hardly ever, I can't say never, I can hardly ever play the right person, you know. The difference was only 3 points because Jalen Hurts had 27 and Tom had 24, but, you know, I may need those 3 points, you know. You know, Brady had 19.5 at halftime and still came over 24. I was like, all right, beggars can't be choosers. Do I got to take my 24 and ride with it? But yeah, you know, seems like, let's talk about Tampa Bay real quick. We got Leonard Fournette. He's the man there. He's that supercharged. He's the man. He's the man. 22 for 81, 2 touchdowns. I really feel as if they could have threw that 1 touchdown in, maybe got it to Mike Evans, but they decided to give Leonard Fournette 2. So it is what it is. Leonard Fournette's looking like he's trying to go to the Pro Bowl or something. Yeah, because playing with that team and getting the majority of the work like that, plus the goal lines, yeah, it's going to be on and popping for him as long as he keeps going. He's bought into the system. Antonio Brown, 9 catches for 93 and a touchdown. And it's unfortunate because Godwin only had 5 for 43, and Mike Evans only had 2 for 27. They tried to throw a little something in the end zone for Mike Evans, but it didn't work out. You know, he'd have had that typical stat line of, if that worked out, 3 for a little bit and a touchdown that'll save his day. But that's the difference. When you got three dogs over there, it's hard to feed them all, you know, especially if they're giving 2 touchdowns to the run game. So that's unfortunate as usual, but again, to the people that have Mike Evans, and I know a couple people, that's just one position. Pop off at your other players, beat your team. All right, again, so Brady threw for 297 and 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. Let's talk about it. That first interception that they took where it says incomplete, do y'all think it was an interception or incomplete? Let me know in the comments if you think that was an incomplete pass or an interception, and I'll tell you what I think in the comments after I get some answers. And so Brady 297. Then with the Eagles, Jalen Hurts had a rough day. 12 for 26 for 115 measly yards, but guess what? He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 10 carries for 44 yards, and again had 27 points. He had that little conversion and everything. Man, that leg. Man, when those running backs run, you get that leg juice. That leg juice. When you get points from the leg, it's called leg juice. Not many quarterbacks had that leg juice. Hurts has it. Josh Allen has it. Lamar has it, obviously. Leg juice. I got that from somebody. My boy Libro gave that to me. Leg juice. Made so much sense. All right. So that was a good game. 28 to 22. If they'd have got the ball back, Hurts would have went down there and probably tried to win the game, or at least he'd have had more fantasy points. If it wasn't for that guy that stood up and did that unsportsmanlike, I think it was on 2nd down or something, Yeah, it would have been a problem. They basically gave the game away at that point in time. All right, enough for Thursday night. As you all know, first I want to tell you guys thank you for watching the videos, taking the time to watch the videos, pressing like, and commenting. I really appreciate that. You know, again, this is something I always wanted to do. I'm not trying to be no big time YouTuber or whatever. You know, this is like a bucket list thing for me. To be totally honest with you, I don't just know how long I'm gonna actually do it. You know, so but it feels good to do it. It feels good to actually help people, inspire people, and do something I always wanted to do and be able to put all this experience to use. So I want to say a special thank you for everybody that comments on the videos and likes them and actually views them, even the ones that people that view them and don't actually comment. But I do ask that you like. So we need to work on them out and work on the algorithms to get the algorithms shooting up. All right. You know, I made a YouTube short today about CMC. You know, a lot of the people, some people that are actually on my YouTube channel right now, I have league mates on the channel. You know, I'm strategic in how I put my information out there and stuff like that. But all depends if they want to follow me or do what I say or go on their own merit. In which, you know, I've known them for a long time, so they pretty much do what they want to do and not have to rely on me. You know, because I have my own line of thinking, and everybody in the league does. That's what makes it unique. So, but they support me. But to me, I'm transparent. I'm like that in a lot of things in my life. So I keep it that way with this. But I put the YouTube short out about CMC, and as most people know, most people know, or some people that may not be in the know, I actually put out content. I started the channel like late August. I believe it was late August, September, or maybe late July. Either way, far as actual, content outside of just talking and saying what I was gonna do. And when I was going across, long story short, I've been an advocate of people not picking CMC number one overall, and I told people that they should pick their Henry number one overall. And, that doesn't, with the majority of the industry, just, again, they're just all over CMC's nuts. They love, the freaking just, oh, CMC, oh, and look, for what reason? It's like, now check it out. I'm not going to go too long on a tangent here, but what's going to happen here is he's going to glass out. He just got on IR. He's going to miss some more games. He's not even going to finish in the top 20 running backs if they even bring him back. And guess what? They're going to say pick CMC number one overall again next year. A freaking again. And you're going to have these sheep blindly follow him with their freaking nose in the next sheep's ass picking CMC. Because they don't want to use their own head and their own cognitive reasoning and be like, hey, this dude's glassed out the last 2 years. Why the hell would I do it? Because the more people tell you, be honest with you, a lot of these YouTubers, fantasy football YouTube content creators, man, they just chumps. So it's like, if they're wrong, if the majority of them wrong, 99% are wrong, they're wrong together. So nobody can call it, nobody's going to look bad or down on another. So nobody's looking at little nonsensical people like me, doing YouTube off their phone and they're in their living room and don't have all this little pretty stuff and production going on, but only just spitting that real. Come and spit real. I'm going to spit so much real, it's going to be all on this camera, just spitting real all over the damn place. Should be slime coming all down here. I'm going to stay doing that. Those content creators, as much as I like a lot of them, they're chumps. They're scared to go against the grain. They're scared to truly save people. They threw away people's first freaking overall pick. And I was telling people not to. Hell, in one of the shorts I did, a guy called me racist because he said that I'm just saying that because I hate CMC and I'm racist. No matter what, I done told him about, hey, only 2 running backs in the past 8 or 9 years that were said to be the number one consistent running back and end up finishing there. Come on, now, it's like, I don't make this stuff. I look up my own analytics. All right, man, screw all that. CMC's on the injury reserve. He's going to miss 3 more games. We all know that. I knew that. Hell, my unborn 4th son that I don't have knows that. Dude's glass, okay? All right. He probably aggravated in practice because he was limited on Thursday and did not practice on Friday. So he probably re-aggravated, man. But at least kudos to people that did draft him and then pick Hubbard, because that was a damn prereq, You should just not pick him and then pick Hubbard, but whatever. All right, with the New York Giants, Daniel Jones is off the injury report, and so is Sterling Shepard. We got to see what happened with Tony and see if actually he's going to be the lead, target getter again. It's got a rough go at it, play against the Rams, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm rooting for Daniel Jones. I hope to get back, get back into things. Cardinals coach Cliff Kingsbury tested positive for COVID, so he won't be coaching this week as the team travels to Cleveland. To be totally honest with you, there's no Nick Chubb in this game because he's out with injury. But I'm going to be honest with you, this might be, it's crazy to seem because Cleveland's not a scrub team, they're 3-2, but it seems like it might be a trap game for Arizona. I don't think they're planning on firing on all cylinders either, but we'll see what happens. It should be a great game. So basically, Kareem Hunt has to lead back duties because of Chubb not playing. So we'll see how that goes. Last year, he didn't perform well with lead back duties. It's like I didn't have him, but that's what I noticed. All right, let's go with the Colts. The Colts have activated T.Y. Hilton back on the squad, and instead of, some people call him T.Y. Houston, instead of T.Y. Hilton, they call him T.Y. Houston. And the reason they say that because he blasts Houston a lot. I can still see him in my head just going for deep balls. But that was back when he had Andrew Luck, though, for the most part. I mean, he still gashed him a couple times after that, but dude's older now, and past his prime. But we'll see what T.Y. Houston does, or if my man Pittman going to continue to be the number one receiver over there and just get all the juice. This really should be a game for my dog, my homeboy Jonathan Taylor this weekend against Houston, because everybody totes on Houston. So we'll see what happens there. Also, kicker Rodrigo Blankenship is on IR. We saw how he was kicking and missing kicks and stuff like that. That was crazy. The thing is with kickers, the dude was awesome last year, but that was with a different quarterback. So each year is different. I know he's supposed to have been a monster last year, but he was a monster last year, but he ain't no Bass from Buffalo, because that's my dog. I got him in 2 leagues. Do the monster, man. Yeah, so anyway, let's go to the Seahawks. Let's talk about the Seahawks real quick. Of course, Russell Wilson's on IR. Let's playing some games with him and talk about how he was doubtful for the upcoming game. They played too much. But he could return week 10 if he's healthy versus the Packers. Lockett and Metcalf are a full go, and there's nothing wrong with them. Why did I say that? Because in my main league, I actually have Lockett and Metcalf going this week. We got to play 3 wide receivers. I have Lockett and Metcalf. I was banking on Russell, but guess what? I'm going Geno all the way. And I'm accompanying them with who? Chase who? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, those are my 3 wide receivers. So, and then guess what? All 3 of them playing the same game, too. Sunday night. It's going to be wild. So, that's that. Chris Carson went to IR. Man, everybody's laying down these running backs. Not wide receivers, but running backs. Not quarterbacks, but running backs. As the running backs up because they touch the ball the majority of the time, but this is crazy. That's why, I implore people to actually get their handcuffs if it's a sound enough handcuff. Don't listen to these content creators saying, I'd rather just get my 6 wide receiver than get a handcuff. Why? So then guess what? When he goes down, you don't get to get him because somebody else get him or outbid you on the fab budget waivers. They just say the same stuff. Just because majority of people saying something that don't mean it's right. A bunch of damn sheep. They sheep too. So anyway, with the Dolphins, let's go to the Dolphins. Xavier Howard and Devontae Parker both out versus Jacksonville. That kind of sucks because in my third league I have Miami. Second league I had Miami defense, but I cut him. I cut him to pick up Ramondre Stevenson just to see if old boy Harris don't play. So I picked him up and dropped my defense. So I'll see what happens. There's some other defenses out there I can pick. So if they say Harris is going to play, I'll drop Stevenson. Then pick up a defense. You got to play keep away. You got to be strategic, guys. You got to be strategic. But it's all depending on what your league's like, because in my first league, that's in my second league, because in my first league, you can't do that. You got to, in my first league, we manage over there. The one's called Fly Like an Eagle. It's been going since 2001. We took 3 years off, and we're just going to finish it out because it had one more spot on the plaque. I remember I talked about it in the video, because it has been going for 3 years since 2017. So the band got back together and do another one. But we only have 2 transactions per week, and you have to do them. If you're going to do them, you have to do them on Wednesday night when the waivers process. 2. You don't get to pick up nobody on Thursday. You don't get to pick up nobody on Friday. You don't get to pick nobody up Saturday or Sunday morning. That forces you to manage. That's the most beautiful thing outside of the family that's within the group. But I love that aspect. It forces you to manage. It forces you to manage your bye weeks and everything. You get 2 transactions. You don't have to use them, but that's all you get. You know, if you haven't played like that really shows you if you're a fantasy manager or not. You know, but I ain't knocking everybody. You know, because that's the beauty of fantasy. You play in many different ways. So that's what's up too. So it looked like Dalvin Cook's going to be playing. He's active, along with Justin Jefferson. Neither one of them on the injury report. I'm going to need Justin Jefferson to chill out this week, okay? Because I'm playing you in my real league, in my main league, my number 1 league, okay? So just chill out, relax. You can catch 400 yards, but just don't cross the end zone. I'd appreciate that, buddy. All right. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the Ravens real quick. Rashad Bateman's been activated off the IR. His debut will be this Sunday against the Chargers. There's no Sammy Watkins. He has some type of little thigh issue or something. Hollywood and Mark Andrews, they hot as hell. Hollywood been snapping. Everything's good to go. Calais Campbell didn't practice Friday, but he's not on the injury report. He got off the injury report. I only mention that because I play against Herbert, you know, so I don't want Herbert to be throwing the ball all crazy, you know. So Mike Williams wasn't practice, but he'll play. I feel he'll play. They need him to play. But hopefully Mike Williams, look, I'm just saying it for my own. Well, I'm not going to say that, because I got people out here that have Mike Williams. I just don't want Herbert to do well, okay? All right. What else here? I don't want to even talk about Sherman. Richard Sherman, this isn't about fantasy, but when the Bucks signed him, I told my cousin, he hit me up. He's in the league. He's on the YouTube channel. He's a subscriber. He hit me up. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, because he's a Buccaneer fan. I'm like, as a 49er fan, I'm like, the dude's tapped out. He glass. Oh, but at least it's somebody. Look, glass stock quick now. He's just collecting the check now. Like, some stuff you can just see, guys. And it wasn't about me hating on Sherman. But why go get these washed up guys? Just like Baltimore going to get these washed up running backs. You know, it's like, chill. Why? Okay, you're going to get Murray like they did because Murray was still in the system. But why go get all these washed up backs? That's ridiculous. Them getting washed up cornerbacks. For what? These wide receivers that run circles around Sherman. He was exposed last year, especially in the Super Bowl. But anyway, they'll deal with that. That's their payroll. All right, we talked about Hunt being questionable with his wrist. We talked about it a little bit, but he's going to play most likely. And Chubb's little calf injury. Man, that dude won't. He refused. You know, I think why they sitting him? I think they're sitting him because they got a Thursday night game coming up the following week. So they need him to be healthy for that one. So we'll see. Because if he yelling now, then go into the game, he probably ain't going to be ready for that primetime one. I came up with that one. All right. Bengals head coach said Joe Mixon. Head coach said that Mixon's going to get a full workload. Take it for what it's worth, you know. full workload might mean he glass out, but I ain't want him to. You know, he play against Detroit, he should have a monster day. That's if, quarterback don't throw it all over the place. And the Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs is a game time decision. You know, that dude's been having an interception every damn game since, the Adam and Eve, it seemed like. But I think he'll play. I think he want to try to keep his little record alive and stuff like that. Plus, he playing in the prime position. Well, they don't really pass much like that, so I don't think they'll really test them over there in New England. So I think that streak could probably come to an end. Now, it's like a linebacker deflected or something. He happened to be there, so you got a good chance that streak might come to the end. And Tua's gonna be starting this week for the for Miami against the Jags over there. This is his first game back from a rib injury, and back to the bench for Jacoby Brissett. So that's where he belongs. So that was just a quick little rundown. I hope you all have a great Saturday night. Hope you have an awesome Sunday. Maximize those lineups. Pound your opponents. Be convicted about who you put in. If you have any questions you want to ask me, drop it down in the comments, and also let me know if was that an interception or was that a incomplete by your viewpoint. And also put the questions down in the comments if any lineup questions or anything else. So let me just go ahead and make this. If you enjoyed this type of content, if it's your first time hearing it, you're coming to this channel, press the video, press like on the video, subscribe, be a part of the community. And this is a place where, again, Anthony Blake Jr., been in the game for a long time, over 2 decades. I'm in the business to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, as most content providers do. They tell you what you want to hear. They don't tell you what you need to hear. So, on that note, like and comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all watching. And let's ball out on them on Sunday. Hit the comments. Let's see what's up. Flawless Fantasy Football. Subscribe, baby.